is going to be a big secret. There was a year, my biggest income year yet, and I told 2 people. I didn't even tell my husband because welcome to Cabo.
Thank you. Yeah. This is beautiful.
It's incredible, right?
Right. Yeah. I have never been in this specific resort, and it's hands down the nicest one I've ever been at.
Yeah. We came last year, and it was just outstanding.
Yeah,
I try to tell other women, I just can't express enough. You just don't get it until you're here.
You can't verbalize it until you're actually immersed in it. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, before we get started, we jump into all the juicy stuff we can talk about. Why don't you share a little bit about yourself, how you came to mortgage, and then we're going to talk more about what you specifically do and how you help people.
I love that. Okay. Well, I got into the industry by accident. I was sort of recruited in. I was 28 years old and had never bought a house, or 26 years old, something like that. Never bought a house before. Didn't even know how to spell mortgage. I joke, but
there's a T in it somewhere. It's what?
Something. I'm not sure. I just sort of fell into it, and I just never got out. I did really well right off the bat, and I really enjoy it. I love helping people. I truly believe that in mortgage, it's one of many, invest in your 401ks, do the stock market, whatever, but also invest in real estate because it truly is how you build wealth.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love making people's dreams of home ownership come true.
Yeah. It can honestly shift an entire family.
Yes.
I noticed that one of the very first loans that I had done was FHA, down payment assistance, first time home buyer, first generation home buyer, right? And you're like, wow. There's a statistic that says if you go your entire life and you pass away not being a homeowner, the amount of money that you have is under $10,000, right? And my mom is older and she's having some of her friends pass away, and we're starting to see that.
Yeah.
It's having to settle out an estate that really isn't an estate,
right,
versus somebody that has a home and they, have stuff to draw from. They can pass something down to their children. So it's just life shifting, the work that we do. And sometimes that's the part that gets lost in the everyday,
for sure,
day-to-day part of what we do, because it's challenging.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah. Why don't you share with me what have been, as you've started to build your own business in mortgage, what have been your biggest challenges that you've had to overcome?
I found early on that I kept going to my branch manager, whatever. I'm passionate about horses. How can I get this into my world? And the answer was a resounding, you either go broker, and I was retail at the time, or you go work for a local bank. And I didn't want to do that. I'm in multiple states, and I've actually done the big banks, didn't love it at all. So that was the biggest hurdle, was trying to find a lender or a home that allows me to do the FHA and the first-time buyers and the bank statement deals and the VA. I'm in between 3 bases, so probably a third of my business is VA. But I'm passionate about horses. I've ridden my entire life, and financing my friends' farms was always out of reach for me. And it was nothing worse than coming to me to see if I could do a loan for him, and me saying, no, I'm sorry, I don't have a program for you.
Right.
So a few years ago, I found a lender that does have it, and I've been here ever since, and it's been an amazing fit. And I'm extremely fortunate that I now get to do loans for my sphere of influence, like my peers, and help them achieve their dreams. And because it's, as a child, it was my dream to have a farm. Now that I'm aged out a little bit, I don't really want to own a farm. It's a lot of work, but I still ride, and I still am in the, equestrian world. So
yeah, no, I love that. Did you have any fears about niching down so specific? Because I know sometimes, a lot of times, people fear getting real tight on a niche.
Well, I have not nailed down, and I don't only do that. I still do everybody. I just, 2.5, almost 3 decades in, of course, I'm going to have people coming back and back and back. So, and generations of, I'm doing my former clients' kids and even grandkids now. So I wouldn't say that I wouldn't ever go 100% all in equestrian. I just think that I still enjoy the other loans as well. I just, and I'm passionate about them. It's just not quite as passionate.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. No, it's great when you can start to blend your like work with your life and make this real nice cohesive thing where you can, it's not a lot of people get that opportunity where their work and their life are very separate.
Yeah.
But if you can love horses and you love to ride, and shoot, I can help you finance the perfect farm for you.
Yeah.
And get
the word too horsey would just make me cringe. We would, we might have somebody that says that they have a hobby farm, and then I show them that one has 26 stalls and an indoor riding arena. No, and I'm like, but that's what a hobby farm is. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So that was a struggle, and that was 2 decades in of being told no, you can't do that.
Well, let's talk about this too, because it could also be very similar to being female in this industry. We kind of have to earn every single inch that we gain, which is similar when you're working in a sector of the market that is not as popular, where you're earning every single one of them. So let's go ahead and segue. Because you've been in the industry for a good amount of time.
Almost 30 years.
Yeah. How has that changed being female in this industry 30 years ago as of today?
I do feel like it is still a little bit of a boys' club.
Yeah. No, not even like a little,
a little bit. But
I think it's a little bit. It definitely is a boys' club, like for sure.
The company that I work for, though, most of the women are the top producers, which is really empowering, and I absolutely love being there. So
I love that. Yeah, when you look at the demographics are like 50-50 almost. I think it's a 65-45 split, close enough to 50-50. I think sometimes the challenge, and I'll just be frank with myself, is that, and kind of why Notorious and now this podcast and YouTube show and all this stuff exist, is I was sitting there and I was like, being a female in this industry and like looking around at every event I saw, just everything was just very male. And just the whole business model was male. It was like, just outwork the next guy. And I was like, what do you want me to, I'm like very much constrained by like, at that time, my kids were little, like they were small kids. And I was like, I just don't have that kind of time. And so I felt like if all I saw was men at these top levels of leadership and all I saw was men on stage, I didn't think I could have success here.
Right.
And I also wanted a business model that honored me being a wife and a mom at the time. So do you have kids?
I do. Okay. I do. And they're now adults and have families of their own. So one of the wonderful things about this industry, like you said, as being a mom, we work from home. We didn't always work from home. COVID sort of solidified that permanently, but it was a job that I didn't have to punch in and out. I could, if I needed to drop them off and do swim class before I go into work, I could do that. Or if I had to leave to take them to tennis class or whatever. This job it's a fantastic job to be in as a woman, because it is more flexible than a 9-to-5, state job, for example.
Yeah.
Where you have to punch that clock.
Yeah. One of my goals was like, I just want to pick up my kids every day from school. Like that was the model of success for me, like being able to pick them up. And over time, like that started to change. But I didn't see anybody modeling that. It was just like all based on production, and like that somehow translated. And I think I still see this, and like, I'm hoping that we're changing the conversations, is that a lot of times it's like your value and your worth is determined upon how many units and what your volume is, right? And it's like, that wasn't even my metric. Like, I just wanted to pick up my kids from school, right? And like bring in an income. I remember when I was
take care of your clients, take care of your family.
Yeah. And at the beginning, like, I don't know, I would do these like FHA streamlines for like no money. It was a couple $1,000 into the house here and there. And as a stay-at-home mom and a mortgage originator, like that was like the dream. Right? And then you grow over time. If there's something that you could have told your, 20-year-old self in this industry, what would have you told yourself?
Enjoy the ride, save for the bad times. And appreciate the good times, and just know that the trajectory of this career is up. Even with the dips, it's always up.
Okay.
For me.
We go through them, huh?
I've gone through a few cycles of good and bad times, and you just have to be prepared for it. During COVID, we were getting together with little groups of women actually in my area, and one of them who was younger, she'd maybe been in about 7 years or so, and she's got little kids and stuff, and she was asking me, oh, you've been in for a long time. How was it? And I just gave her pretty much that same advice. Just don't go buy the expensive car. Don't be a baller today. You might go a very long time with no income. However, it just ebbs and flows. And when I'm working really hard, my quality of life might be a little bit less, but then it'll slow down, and then my quality of life, I have more time to do more fun things. But it's a balance.
Did you ever have a hard time or a challenging time with friends, family, not quite understanding either your ambition or why you're always on your cell phone or how hard you're working or like,
yes.
Okay, share.
Yeah, that is a tough
me.
one. This job can be a relationship killer. It didn't go well with my my ex-husband, and I've even dated people in the industry, and they would complain because when it's busy. I mean, there are times when I might start, because I work coast to coast, so my East Coast people, I'm West Coast, so 5 a.m. my time, 8 a.m. their time, they're blowing up my phone and they need to be helped. But then I've got people that are still calling and texting me and emailing me and needing something immediately. I want to write an offer right now. It's 10 p.m. and I'm in bed and I'm doing it. So it's a catch-22, I guess. Like this job is so rewarding because we can do it from anywhere.
Yeah.
I'd go. I
Blessing and a curse there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can work whatever hours you want.
100%.
It's just going to be 80 hours a week.
It might be 80 hours, but you can fit it in as you go. My sister, everybody in my entire family is in the medical industry except for me. I am the black sheep of the family for sure. Yeah. And I'd go on vacation with my sister and we'd be down by the lake and I get a call. I'm like, okay, we got to get back. And so we run back. I sit down on my computer. She's now making dinner and doing all the things. And she's like, see, this is why I like my job, because when I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't have to ask anybody to go. I just left.
Anybody. Yeah. And I can
just take
honestly
it with
do
me.
this all the time, which is amazing.
It's not a big deal. It was 2 hours out of my day. It was no big deal.
Yeah, I love that. One of the things that has been very present for me in this past year, and I don't know, for whatever reason, it wasn't there the very first year of building Notorious, but the second year, it was like this, I call it the mean girl mafia of mortgage, really came out this past year. Have you gone through stuff like that?
Yeah, because I'm a little bit older, I didn't personally feel it, but it's for sure out there, for sure. I don't get it. I don't know why. I really feel like we should just all empower each other. And I cannot possibly do every single loan that's available out there. I would never have a life. So I want everybody to be successful. And, if I can help a new LO come in, I'm happy to do so.
Yeah. I think sometimes it's maybe a difference in where our mindset is, and if we're scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. And if you're stuck in scarcity and you watch people around you, especially other women, kind of grow and they start to gain influence, and then you think, oh gosh, you're taking away from my influence, because there's only so much to go around, is this old paradigm. So when you switch into this abundance mindset, we're no, we all elevate together.
There's enough for everybody.
Where do you see the next 5-10 years of your career going?
It's a great question. As I'm, I am nearing retirement age, so I do see myself within the next 5 to 7 years, just scaling. I think I'm just going to put my head down and grind for the next 5 to 7, and then after that, I think I'll still keep my license. I've talked about bringing either my daughter in or somebody new in to just sort of take over the business and just mentor them for a little bit, so I can still be in it, but not have to be doing the day-to-day. No, that's how my mom is. She's 70. She's probably going to hate me for saying that. She's in her 70s. And that's how my sister's here this weekend too, or this week as well. And we all kind of do mortgage, but as she gets older, wanting to transition, and still can do, she does a loan here or there. And, it can still be a really great side income, so. Supplemental.
Do you have any passion projects? I mean, it's kind of hard when you're in mortgage to have anything outside of it, because this can be all consuming. But do you have any passion projects?
No, not really. Other than I'm still riding. I just bought a new horse, so I'm pretty excited about him. And so it's just bringing him along. He's younger than I anticipated buying, but I'm still just riding and enjoying life and working in my yard and traveling. That's pretty much it. Just trying to enjoy life a little bit.
Okay. What's something that you tolerated earlier in your career that you no longer will tolerate?
Oh, you should have asked me this up front. I am trying to respect my boundaries a little bit more.
Oh, we could have a whole freaking podcast on boundaries, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like it got worse, to be honest, during COVID.
Yeah.
Because we were so accessible. It used to not be so unusual. I'm like, oh, well, I'm out of the office, blah, blah. Now you're always in the office because you work from home. So I'm trying to respect that. I'm trying to actually have, I'll work on the weekends in the morning, but I'm trying not to ruin my day.
Yeah.
Because at some point I got to do laundry and I've got to go to Lowe's and get some plants and do stuff for myself.
I very much trigger people when I tell them how I do my business. It's like the anti-business model.
Yeah.
Like my phone.
But it works.
Yeah, I'll show you. We have, I keep the voicemail full. I'm not entirely sure how people can still leave a voicemail. Every once in a while they do it. There's 480 voicemails here. Oof. It's kept full for a reason. The voicemail literally says something like, I do not check messages. Please do not leave one.
Yeah.
If you're a client, please text me. If you're not a client, please do not text me. I do not take meetings and I do not take sales calls. It's so abrupt. Mm-hmm. It is very much pushing back on, it's the boundary around accessibility,
right?
Which is hard when you're in sales because we self-generate and I'm sure I lose business from it. Yeah. And also I have plenty of business. It's right. I have this belief system that business always comes to me.
Yeah.
And so whenever I tell people, no, I leave my voicemail full. And also it's because, and I don't know if you are like this, some people love interacting with people. This is they thrive off, my husband's like this, thrive off this. They chat everybody up within 5 minutes and know everything about them. And for me, that is very, very, very difficult. Yeah. People have this idea of me online and then I get in person with them and they're like, you're really quiet. And I'm like, yeah, this is like an energy expend.
Oh yeah.
So if I can set my business up where I'm like, I communicate in a way that works for me, that keeps my energy where it needs to be for everybody.
I love that.
Yeah. So I've been really trying to look at that, and I'm still, but at the same time, still too accessible. I'm like in the shower, right?
Oh,
or I'm like in the shower,
yes,
taking my phone in the shower, checking my text messages, and possibly texting back. And if I'm really close to you, you might even get a voice note from the shower. And I'm like, this is completely inappropriate, by the way.
Yeah, they get it. Yeah.
What other boundaries do you wish you had at one time, or maybe that you're starting to put into place? Or
not letting people walk over me. That was kind of hard. Again, male-dominated industry.
Do you find yourself editing how you speak?
I've actually never thought about that, but I bet I do.
Oh, yeah. So if I say, I could be wrong.
Yes.
Please know I'm not wrong. I already Googled it a bazillion times. I have to say I could be wrong so I don't automatically offend somebody and they can hear me.
Right.
Things could have changed.
Yes.
They have not changed. I already Googled it. I remember I had asked somebody, I needed a title contact in a certain state, and somebody was like, this person. And so then I go to Google, right? I go to Google, I'm like searching. I cannot find a phone number. So then I had messaged the person back. And I was like, hey, do you have a direct contact email or phone number? Yeah. He's like, I don't know. I'll Google it. And I was like,
I did.
Listen, motherfucker. Sorry, everybody. Listen, motherfucker. You don't think I already Googled it?
Right.
Right? Of course I Googled it. That's why I'm asking you. Yeah. Or it's the same. It's so interesting. When I'm thinking here, I'm like, I rarely get women that talk to me like that, right?
Right.
This is probably so offensive. I'm so sorry, everybody. But I just had this interaction the other day where I was like, are you talking to me like that? I honestly don't think if I was male, this sounds so horrible. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't think if I was a man that you would be talking to me in this fashion. I just had this with a lending partner, and I won't send any more business anymore, but where I had to ask him twice. I was like, hey, listen, we need to pause for a second because how you are talking to me is not okay. Yeah. In any sense of anywhere. I don't have people that in my regular life that talk to me. I will not take this in business. Right. And sometimes I think to myself, I don't think my male counterparts have to do any of that. Yeah, right. They can just exist in the world without people thinking that, you know, if they stand to certain, you know, boundaries, or if they say certain things, like we get labeled as
Bitchy.
toxic or bitchy or
Yeah.
hard to deal with.
Yeah. Cold.
I've never, ever seen anybody anybody talked about my male counterparts like that, ever.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. No, and you have to be, you were talking about, you know, you're actually kind of quiet sometimes. I am too. I am actually an introverted person in an extroverted industry where you're always on. So by the end of the day,
It's exhausting.
it's exhausting. I just go and I soak in the tub and I'm just like checked out because it's mentally and sometimes emotionally when you're dealing with the underwriter that you're fighting with or getting docs out or, you know, something crazy. It can be emotionally exhausting, and I don't know if men take that home with them.
Yeah, I
do.
know. Do you think other people in other industries love and hate their job as much as we do? Because I'm willing to bet if I asked you if you really love doing mortgage, you would tell me yes.
Absolutely.
And I would also be willing to bet if you absolutely hated your job more days than not, you would also tell me yes.
I don't know if it's more days than not, but there are definitely some days where if I were a big drinker, I would have been drunk by noon. But,
right?
Yeah.
It's really tough. There's a little bit like sometimes like want to like analyze like how do we end up here? Because nobody plans to be here. Like you don't wake up and you're like, I can't wait to do mortgage when I grow up.
Oh, I was supposed to be a nurse.
Yeah, we all end up here for
didn't work
some
out.
random reason.
Yeah.
And most people, if they are sane, they're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to get out of something that's maybe not as toxic.
Well, yeah.
Right? But there's something about the personality trait that does really well here. It's like...
It's a strong, independent woman who succeeds here, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And then we're labeled, like you said, and we're,
Yeah, I kind of
men are intimidated.
Yeah,
It's not. I've been told that by men. I had somebody, you know, a single on a dating app, and I had a man, and he was a doctor, and he was messaging me, and he says, "I bet you have a hard time finding anybody." And I'm like, "Excuse me, what? Do tell. What do you mean?" Yes, that's true, but. You're not wrong. I want to know why from your perspective.
Yeah.
And we actually chatted. We never ended up meeting, but we chatted on the phone, and he kind of laid it out that women like us can be intimidating. I didn't know this is where this was conversation.
Yeah, no, this is great.
But it's a thing.
It is, especially when you are strong, independent, all those kinds of things. You're intimidating to both genders,
Correct.
right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that showing up in your, like building your career or mostly in relationships or?
Relationships for sure.
Yeah.
It's you know, that part for me is a struggle and a work in progress. But in my relationships with my friends, I tend to gravitate towards strong, independent women anyway. So I do well with them.
Love. Very, 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 very important. One of the things I've learned over the, past probably 10 years is like those women that you get to surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat challenging to find the right ones.
Yeah.
The ones where you can share your wins with. And this is going to be a big secret. Shh. We're going to say it here. I don't even know if I ever said this. I don't know if I talked about it on the last podcast or not. There was a year that I made it was like my biggest income year yet. And I told 2 people. I didn't even tell my husband. Like he would eventually see it when he sees the tax return.
Yeah.
But I didn't even tell him.
Yeah.
Because it felt like I was bragging.
Yep.
Right? You can't
even share your wins.
Yeah. And I had like 2, this is why I created Notorious, is there was one year I saw my income double over, like from one year to the next. And it's because I had 2 girlfriends in the industry. That was one of the big changes that year, is I finally had like friends here. Because before that, I didn't. It's like my friends were outside the industry, doing their own things, and they didn't quite understand this.
Yeah.
They wanted to talk about like homeroom mom drama, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to connect with you, because like my brain's like, I have a borrower that has a $50,000 deposit that's going hard and like they might lose it. And I don't know if we're going to be approved or not. I don't know. They don't have anywhere to live and they're supposed to be out of a house in 2 like just like the stress level of somebody's biggest financial decision of their entire life.
Or managing a domino deal where you've got 14 deals.
Like, right? And it's like doing that times like a lot at one time. It is an immense amount of stress and pressure. And I would like show up and I'd be like, I have nothing to talk about homeroom mom drama. I also don't have anything to talk about. You guys want to talk about drama at the dance studio between like 10-year-olds? Like, I'm like, what? Like, oh my God. And I couldn't, there was no way I could say the amount of money that year made. And then, you know, also running a business, it's like, yeah, the GCI is that, but Jesus, when you write out all of this stuff, it's like insane how much it costs to run a business. But I couldn't, and then it just couldn't be celebrated. And I was really missing that. And so having the right women around you that are like, yeah,
in
girl,
it with you.
they're not offended. They're not, what's that word? Like intimidated, insecure, or triggered by somebody else's success. If anything, it's like the expander of what's actually possible. And having women like that around is like so important. How do you cultivate that in your life?
With friends? I feel like it's mostly natural. A lot of my friends are, childhood friends that we've grown up with, mostly through horses. And then, of course, I have my friends that also ride, and women who ride horses. It's you've learned at a very young age humility from that naughty little pony that dumped you 75 times into the mud puddle. And just those types of women were very take charge, like just go do it. Women. So I tend to find a lot of those. I do have some women friends in the industry, and just, I don't know. I feel like you just naturally attract similar people.
So I asked you a question. You can choose to answer it or not answer it. Do you have any? You mentioned the 7-year-old girl, right, or the little girl, that gets bucked off the pony. Is there things from your childhood that still come up today that like any sort of insecurities that you hold yourself back where you're like, I'm still dealing with this? That is like, because I was talking with a girlfriend today, and really knowing that like entrepreneurship, if you're in a mortgage originator, any sort of sales where you're self-generating, you're an entrepreneur. But this life is really a personal development plan. There's an income plan attached to it. But like the moment you're going to go do something, you're limiting beliefs. It's like, haha, we're going to serve those up to you on a nice silver platter, and now you get to work through them. And your ability to work through them then is going to really set how much you can achieve and, make and all that kind of stuff in the industry or whatever industry you choose. So is there anything, because I still have stuff, I'm like, why is this coming up? I thought I dealt with this, but here I am, the 7-year-old Paige still needing blah, 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 blah. Is there anything like that for you?
I think I sometimes second guess myself, but I've done that my entire life. Like test taking, I hated it as a child, and I think I still almost feel tested in some degree in my job. And I'll question myself, and I'll go look it up. I'm like, I was right the whole time. So I think there's always a little bit of self-doubt. Guidelines changing all the time. I'll just, pause and look it up. I'm just questioning myself like that. I definitely feel like one of my strengths is that I'm passionate about what I do. Like I truly care about my clients. A lot of people in this industry, doesn't matter if you're male or female, that's not the thing, but they just do it for the money and it's just a transaction. Mine is more relationship based. I truly love my clients. I truly love seeing them through generations and coming back for a refi later or a new purchase or we're retiring, we're going to downsize and do this, whatever. I love getting to know families and stuff. So I am confident in my job. I love what I do, but every once in a while, I think it's second guessing my decisions about anything, whether it's riding. Was that the right distance? Did I pick that? Or
those
or
things
work,
that wake you up at, what wakes you up at, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Clear to close. Are we clear to close? Are my docs out? Are my docs out? Oh my God. No, my processor, she's amazing. And she's also a loan officer. So she knows both jobs, but she loves to process because that's just her OCD-ness. But she knows when I'm stressed about something, because she's like, you're up early, because she's East Coast. So she does start early. But if I'm messaging her at 4 or 5 my time, it's 7 or 8 her time.
I haven't slept today. Something's bothering me.
Yeah, she knows that I'm not settled. And she's like, okay, let's talk. What's going on?
Yeah.
Which one are you worried about?
I need a hobby. I probably should start riding horses, because I could see how like having a hobby could help to balance some of the stress that we deal with.
It's my therapy. Like, it truly is. It's always been my life. I've gone in and out of riding. And to be honest with you, I just bought this one. I had another one. It didn't totally work out. Just not working out for me. But because I competed at a really high level, and then had some health issues, and then just one bad horse after another. I did lose my confidence for sure. So got a new one. I call on my last hurrah. Like, if this one doesn't work out, I'm done.
How do you regain your confidence after you lose it?
It's interesting, because I have never known what it's like to be a beginner. Like, I couldn't even tell you how old I was the first time I rode, probably 3, 5. I have no idea. And I started competing at 12. And so I've never not known what it's like we call it feel. Like, I've just always been natural. I sat on the back of a horse, and I could ride any rank pony and bring anything from nothing to the top. And it was just natural. Yeah. And then I had some health issues that, not to go down that path, but it caused me to literally lose my feel. Like, my body was cannibalizing my own muscle. Muscle that I've had my entire life. Like, it's muscle memory. Like, I don't even have to think about it. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like a beginner. And that was a mind F. And so it's been rough. So I've fixed that, and I'm slowly getting the muscle back. It's just going to take time. Like, every ride I get out there, I feel a little bit stronger. Once I get physically stronger, the mental piece will flip. I'm certain of it. But it was just crazy losing something. And I guess when we were talking about, I have some friends, and I will not name her name, but a very, very sensitive friend of mine. I love her dearly. She would always say I'm mean. I'm like, I'm not mean, but I mean, just go do it. You said you wanted to. It's not big. Just jump it. And then now this happened to me, and I'm like, oh my God, it's karma for me, because I never understood your fear. I didn't have fear. And now I'm not saying I do have fear. I don't want to fall off and break my hip again, because I did do that. But it's been an interesting ride for sure, trying to gain that back. But with this new one, I'm excited about him and about the potential. And the more I ride, I'm actually feeling myself get back. So it's like
that's exciting.
Strengthening my muscles.
Yeah, a lot of things you're saying, you could take those life lessons and put those like
into work
anywhere, right? We talk a lot about like showing up online, and we do the podcast, and YouTube show, and like as a woman, you're not supposed to be braggy. You're not supposed to be so much center of attention, and like how much that can start to trigger our own confidence issues, and like feeling out of our skin, and like not feeling comfortable. I see that a lot when women like want to start like doing reels and like posting on social.
Oh, I'm so awkward. I own it.
You gotta be new. You gotta put out real shitty content before you get anything good.
I know. I just did a VA podcast with a real estate agent who was a veteran, and I think I started it that way. I'm like, we're both super awkward. We own it. Be nice. Like, it is what it is, because I've never done a live before.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking,
right?
And I'm super weird, but I think that's the charm. You're either going to love me or hate me. It is what it is, and can't be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah, no, that's branding, right? It's either meant to like repel or attract people. Yeah. And it's okay. I think sometimes that's hard when people they want to like appeal to everybody. So they're not going to niche down. Yeah. They don't want to talk about things that are controversial. They just want to look and feel and act like everybody else. And it's like, that doesn't work in branding, because why would I use you when I can use it? If you guys are all the same, there's nothing that differentiates you from one person to the next. And so really good branding is often divisive. Yeah. It is often going to repel people. And sometimes we think like...
And that's okay, because to be honest with you, there's not many, but there's been some clients that I didn't want back.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm good. We don't mesh. We don't vibe. I want to enjoy and love my clients. I want it to be, just a seamless and cohesive
My biggest lesson in 2020, what is it, 2024. 2024 had this huge lesson where years before I was like cutting my comp all over the place. Like client just didn't have a good time, or like, I don't know, something didn't go right. It didn't even have to be my fault. I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just cut some comp. Sounds good. Make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Because as women, we're very like compromising a lot of times, and sometimes we compromise ourselves and like against everything that we know that's right, that we're putting in for the team or whatever we're doing. Right. And I remember he said all the right things. I was a little bit too high priced, and I was like, okay, well, how far am I off? And like I'm like, oh, why? To earn the business. Yeah. And then we got to the end of the transaction, and I was like, I never want to work with you again. Right. And then it was like this big lesson of like, oh, okay, Paige, like I don't need to earn anybody's business. I earned the business a long time doing this for so long. I'm good at what I do. If you're a repeat client, we might be able to talk about if we need to like, be negotiable on stuff. But why am I the one always comping? Like nobody else is over here throwing in money. And so that whole thing is like, no, we're interviewing each other the first time, right? Like I didn't have to bend over backwards, and it was a huge shift in my business, even just confidence-wise, to know like it's okay if we're not a good fit.
And that's because you're in the abundance mentality.
Yeah.
There's always another one.
Yeah.
And they're just a better fit. Because who wants to spend the next 30 days banging your head against a wall with somebody who's difficult? I hope I'm not difficult. Like I'm trying to make your life easier. I really want to help you, but my gosh.
Yeah. I just got to the place recently, and this was like wild for me, is I always had this, like, where's the next deal coming from? Like, where's the next, like, just this, like, real low, vibration of, like, where's the next deal? Where's the next deal? Where's the next deal? Because we never know where it's going to come. If you've been through, I don't know if anybody else just always references like 2008. Yeah. Like, that was, like, huge shift. Like, the whole industry was like, we're going the other way, right? Yep. And, like, incomes got slashed. Like, mine went from, like, 1 down to, like, a quarter of that year over year. And I was like, oh shit. And so I think I always have that in my body of like anything starts to move, the Iran war is going on, or this is going, there's always something making headlines. And it's like that feeling in my body. And I just noticed the other day, I was like, I don't remember the last time I had that question of where's the next deal coming from? And that felt to me like
freeing.
Oh my God, I have been in this thing where like deals always come, that now I'm trusting in the fact, instead of like going, we learn all these lessons. We're like, abundance mentality. How many more like affirmations do I need to say? But then there's this part that happens when you go from here to here, because you've lived it so much over and over and over. And then you're like, I'm here. I can trust in the fact that, business always comes.
It always comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been running the last couple of years, I'm telling you, 12 to 14 hour days. It's been awful, to be honest. Like I loved it, but I was struggling to find a way to help me. It was just, it was rough. And it's funny because about a month ago, it just sort of, I'm not going to say it stopped, but like my phone chilled out, and I did get a little bit nervous there, and then yesterday phone blew up. I'm like, of course, why couldn't any of these people called me a month ago? And it's like from 2 years ago, or like it's people that are just resurfacing, and it's interesting how that works. Where, just chill, ride it out. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it takes a lot of faith and trust. It's a muscle that you have to build. Very much so. Yeah. Very much so. Well, thank you so much for coming today. This has been a beautiful conversation. If people want to follow you, where can they get in touch with you?
They can find me online at homeloanswithbarb.com, and all my contact information is there.
Perfect. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. Want to thank our sponsors, The Loan Store, Rocket, Coastal Breeze, and Broker Insight Group for all of their support. Go follow us on social. You can catch us across all platforms at notoriouswmn.com. Bye.